So we decided we would organize this fun little ski trip to go on with myself, Mike, Brendan, and Brendan's buddy Jacob, who shoots all of our shit for the Are You Crying videos that we put up and stuff on our Patreon, and I guess all across social media. But so we go on Tuesday. We gotta leave.
Hang on, let's not sell short how incredible it was that this actually came to fruition. Yeah. Because, listen, it's kind of a big ask for me to be like, hey babes, I'm gonna leave at 5 a.m. Then you're not gonna see me till the kid comes or till the kid goes to sleep.
Right.
That is a fucking daunting day to handle 100% on your own. So it was the fact that we kind of asked about it. We set this date up. We penciled it in.
Talked about a month in advance.
A month in advance, yet no plans were made until 72 hours before?
Correct.
Where we were like, oh, remember that trip? We should pay for that now.
Yeah.
And also, is anybody gonna film it? And we're like, boom, boom, boom. Everything fell into place, and somehow I had some fucking snow pants.
Yeah, that was the other thing. Brendan's original plan was to go down the mountain in jeans and a t-shirt and wool gloves or something completely insane.
That's right. On Bachelor Brendan, he said yuck to Jersey, and then he tried to pull the most Jerseyest shit of all time, which is skiing in jeans.
Yeah, I think he thought he could wear his Timberland boots into the snowboard.
I know for a fact he did. I know, there's no doubt about that.
So now Jacob, Brendan and I are going to drive up to your place, and then you're going to drive, and then we're going to all get in one car, drive the rest of the way. So we go into Jacob's car. I start loading it up with the stuff, but again, it's 5:15 in the morning. To their credit, they were there on time. I actually kind of overslept, assuming that they were going to be late. Right. I woke up at 5:10, and at 5:12, Brendan was calling me like, "We're here." I'm like, "Ah!"
You know who we can thank for that?
Jacob?
Well, yes, Jacob, but also the absence of every alcohol Brendan used to drink. Because if he was still boozing, there's no way he pops up at 5 a.m. and is totally ready for the day.
I guess not, but also he still shows up to our shoots late sometimes, so...
Well, that's just because he doesn't respect you.
Well, again, man, who was he picking up? So, he comes over... And I only have so many hands because I gotta bring the boots, the snowboard, the backpack, the change of clothes, the helmet, all the shit. So I gotta make 2 trips. So I go the first trip, put all the stuff down there, and then I go, I'm gonna go run upstairs and get the other stuff. And then Brendan goes, What's other stuff? And I go, I got my backpack. And he starts laughing at looking at Jacob, being like, what's the backpack for? And I go, well, my change of clothes. And he goes, yes, of course, change of clothes. Jacob, we got to go back to my house and get changes of clothes. It had never occurred to him that if he's on snow all day, something might get wet. Even
if he was wearing jeans, he wouldn't have thought of that.
No.
At all. And it's hilarious that, this is just the insight into Brendan, whereas, I actually think we've done him a huge service by mocking him all the time because people actually feel empathy for him and feel a connection and think he's some sort of fucking underdog. Mm-hmm. But meanwhile, that's a little insight into who he is, because his immediate thing is to laugh and chip away at your confidence for bringing something else like a backpack. What could it have been that you wouldn't use? Well, even if you were snacks. Right. Would he have poo-pooed that or tried to get in on it?
Yeah, he would have tried to get in on it.
Of course. If you said edibles, if you said literally anything, it works. But he's like, fucking back.
So we go back to Brendan's place. He goes back in there. We drive up to your place, which is great. We get it was good timing. We meet up with you. Everything lines up. We go get some food on the way. We drive up, no traffic, no nothing. We make great time. We get there at 8:30, just exactly when you guys are picking up the rentals. We set everything up, and we make a plan right from the beginning where we go, why don't we have Mike and I are gonna go go to the mountain, hit some greens up. You and Jacob hasn't gone, so just to set this other stage, Mike
Feeney's the only one that owns equipment.
Yes, and I the last time I went was 2019. Mike hasn't gone since college.
Yeah.
Brendan has gone one time in his life when he was 12 and didn't learn, and he was terrible at it.
And his parents told him they were getting a divorce on the ride home.
Yeah, so this is very emotionally traumatic for him to revisit. This is
that's like if the mountain was at my dad's house.
This is like Jamie Lee Curtis going back to the Halloween house, you know? It's just, she sees that closet, starts getting tremors. So, and,
by the way, I only tell that story because it's public. I think he's told it on our podcast before.
And Jacob hasn't gone in probably since college either. So everyone's pretty rusty. So I go, you two go to the Bunny Hill. Mike and I are going to go up top. So we go up to the top. Brendan and him start learning how to snowboard. You and I go up to the top. We go on the first run, and I think, and remind me if this is wrong. We go for that first run. We're doing pretty well.
Let's explain the the gondola up to the
ski
top.
lift.
The ski lift. Yeah, gondola. That's the boat in Italy, right?
But it also is when you're correct in that, but that's usually when it's like an encapsulated one.
Oh, okay. Wow,
Right.
that would have been nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, so at first, I'm wearing like a Pro-Tech BMX helmet that I bought to hit up the Radnor, PA, BMX park this past year.
With 300 to 400 holes in it.
Mini holes.
So that you cannot sweat while you do it. Oh, which, by the way, I get there and realize, I get to the parking lot and realize I forgot my helmet in Jacob's car at your house, so then I have to go rent a fucking helmet.
I mean, I haven't been in so long that I was like offended when Nicole suggested I wear a helmet. She was like, you should wear a helmet. And I was like, what am I, some kind of fucking dweeb?
Yeah.
And she's like, Natasha Richardson. And I'm like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
And then, of course, let's get to that. But I was wearing the Pro-Tech helmet. There's, of course, the ears are completely cut out. I have no hat underneath because it didn't really fit. My hood didn't also fit. I did see a couple of guys with like those Under Armour, like almost like
the Scullies.
half a burqa. Yeah, that just open face. But so that would have been perfect. Didn't have one of those, so I put it on, and I was like, that'll probably cover enough of my ears, and instead it just fucking whistled like one of those, what are those church pianos?
Organs?
Yeah, I was just gonna do this.
For a while, right?
For a while.
Yeah.
Would you have guessed?
Yeah, I think so. I had it before.
Frank, we've been missing that type of fire and enthusiasm.
We're missing the 4 seconds of dead air followed by 3 words of, probably.
That was like Bob Uecker and his assistant announcer in Major League. The guy makes a diving catch and he's like, fly ball, caught.
Yeah. So Mike his ears are hot pink. Yeah, in the first six, before we even get off the chairlift.
Yeah.
So you're freezing. It's fun. We start going down. We're getting our legs under us. It's feeling good. It's a Tuesday, so there's very few people on the mountain. A light snow begins, but the perfect light snow where it's not even melting on your thing. It almost looks like we're in a snow. It looks like a Hollywood set of snow.
You ever see those paintings that like it almost looks like, the James Dean Elvis and so at the corner of the diner, like those type of paintings.
Yeah.
But they have like little specks of lights coming out of them and they alternate, flicker, and it looks like falling snow.
Yeah.
That's what this exactly looked like. It looked like it was making no impact really on anybody, but it was kind of accumulating a nice little bounce.
Some pow. And so we're going down. Mike takes a spill, so I stop but when you go down, when you're going down a mountain and you stop, you have to kind of like turn and be angled up. So I'm waiting for Mike to get back up and stuff. And as he gets back up, I see him starting to snowboard again. So I turn back around, obviously, to go down the mountain. And within a second of me turning around, I just hear, blah, and then just fucking trucked by Mike, who, for some reason, I guess, was shot out of his own Mike Cannon on the way down at me. What the fuck happened?
I had zero control of the board. That's what happened. I mean, all week I was talking about how good I am at snowboarding. Yeah. Oh, of course. I mean, I got switched around, so I'm a goofy snowboarder. So right foot forward, left foot back. I forgot that it's all your back foot that kind of controls the board, and that's how you carve. And instead, I'm like just hula-ing.
Yeah.
Like I'm trying to just move my body entirely to carve at all. So while I'm just like fucking the air, I get turned around, and then I'm all of a sudden doing it regular, and then I'm kind of backwards, and then I turn also and see you, and that's when I get, I'm there. And I smash into you, and then I hit my head the hardest I've ever, like, I would have been dead. I would have been Natasha Richardson, dude, because I slammed my head and I was like, oh, hospital. Like, I immediately was like, I think I need to go to the hospital because I'm fucking jarred. First run. And then I look back at Feeney and he's like, like he's just dug in the snow, just like grimacing towards the heavens. And I'm like, I ended our day at 8:45. I fucking ended the day.
It's so weird when you're expecting not to be trucked and then you get that. So it's
or at least a warning. I mean, I used to call out back picks way better than that. Yeah. Instead, but dude, this is like where I'm at right now, and you know, we'll get more into detail, obviously, but like I think that crash is single-handedly responsible for every fiber in my neck being sore. Because
whiplash.
I tensed. I turned, and then I smacked.
You tensed, you turned, and then you tumbled. Write it down.
I mean, we already know.
Yeah. We have to
At this point, you know the rhythm of the show. When we say the title, we typically take a silent bow.
That's when you want to make your Irish goodbye.